Alrighty. This is Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. I'm going to adjust the screen a little bit again when we get into it. Yeah, this is this game came out in 1989, and I played it back then, and I freaking got obsessed with it. It was super cool. Adjust. It's a fantasy RPG. You control 4 characters. Let's start a new game. And we get to create our party right off the bat. Lots of different positives and negatives with different classes. We're going to do a whole video kind of talking about character creation. So you can skip this and go into the gameplay if this isn't interesting to you. So yeah, we have 4 different races. Goblin, Human, Dwarf, and Elf. We have all these different classes down here: Knight, Paladin, Ranger, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Archer, Monk, Thief. And they're all a little different. If you right click on things in this game, they tell you a little bit about what they do. We have stats and we have skills in this game. The stats give you bonuses to things you do. So like Might gives you like plus to, more damage in combat, melee damage. Intellect gives you more magic points for casting elemental magic, like what the sorcerer uses. Personality is for self magic. It's different. That's what the cleric uses. Endurance, increase your hit points. Accuracy is your chance to hit. Super important. If you ever play like D&D or those kinds of these kinds of games, chance to hit is a big deal, because swing and a miss never feels good. Speed reduces your cooldowns between taking actions. So like, if you can attack twice as fast, it's okay if you hit half as often. I think that made sense. Luck is like basically it's calculated for, it says here, a subtle influence throughout the game, but it's mostly visible in the ability of a character to resist magical traps, magical attacks, and avoid taking damage from traps. So it's kind of like a resistance stat. There's like breakpoints, I think, at the odd levels. So like, and then at every 5 levels, and then at like every 25 levels. So like, I want to say like a -5, right? I mean, a 5 personality is giving you like -4 to the personality, whatever, and then so 7 would be like -3, and 9 would be -2, and 11 would be -1. No, I'm off by 1, I think. So like 11, I think, is like 0, and then 13 is +1, basically, and 15 is +2, and I want to say 20 is +3. No, I think it goes up by 1 still for a minute. So like 17, and then 19, and then 21, and then from 21 to 25 you get another bump, and then 25 to 30 you get a bump, and that's as high as you can start. And then I think it's every 5 levels, like 35, 40, 45, 50, and then 75, and then 100. It goes up by 25. So it's diminishing returns as you get stat increases. So the beginning of the game doesn't matter too much. It actually matters a little bit. If you start with 30 might and like high accuracy, you're gonna hit hard and fast. Whatever, you're gonna hit hard often in melee, right? And if you start with like a big negative one like accuracy, you're not gonna hit in melee in the early game, right? But you'll get bumps to these things as the game progresses. I think accuracy is checked against armor class. Armor reduces your chance to be hit. Anyway, so different classes get different amounts of hit points, and endurance modifies that. So like the knight gets the most, and then like I want to say the paladin, the monk, something like that. And then it gets down from there, rangers and archers, and then and then you have skills. So skills, so like here's the sword skill, right? You can gain levels and skills, and as you level up, you get bonuses based on how many times you put points in a skill. So 1 point in sword skill gives you +1 attack bonus. 2 points gives you +2 attack bonus. 4 points gives you +4 attack bonus. But then you can become an expert if you find an expert trainer and pay them some money and train. Then you'll suddenly, in addition to getting 4 attack bonus when you attack with a sword, you'll also reduce your recovery time based on your skill. Okay, And so then you get to like 8 and you can go to master, and then you can put another sword in the other hand, so you're at 8 attack bonus and some kind of amount of recovery time reduction based on 8. The timing is kind of weird in this game. I don't know exactly how it works. And then you're wielding 2 swords, right? And if you can grandmaster, you got to get to like level 12, and then all of a sudden you're getting 12 armor as well as 12 attack bonus if you find the grandmaster trainer, right? But you'll notice grandmaster is yellow, so the knight cannot train to grandmaster until he promotes, basically. And he's got other skills like this leather armor. He can never get to grandmaster because it's red. No matter what, he won't be able to grandmaster leather and get that bottom skill where it adds to your resistances, right? But he can grandmaster like plate mail, so because he's a knight. So yeah, depending on your class, certain skills you can grandmaster and certain skills you can't. So like the thief here, right? Disarm trap, he can get to 100% success at grandmaster. No other class can do that. In fact, very few classes can even master disarm trap. It's like kind of the thief's thing. So there's 7 different basic magic types. Self magic has body, mind, and spirit, and elemental has fire, earth, air, and wind. The sorcerer can grandmaster the elemental magic, and the cleric can grandmaster self magic. No other class can reach grandmaster. You'll notice they have to first get promoted. It's yellow, so they can only get up to expert level pre-promotion. Compare that to like a druid. Let's turn this thief into a druid. And the thief can never grandmaster earth magic, right? But can master it after promotion. Anyway, yeah, so there's different kinds of parties you can make. You can make like 4 knights, right? And everybody's going to be beefy boys with plate mail and grandmaster sword and whatnot, but I'll have 0 magic. No knights can cast magic spells. So it's all melee. Actually, I could get pretty far in bow. I can get expert bow and shoot bows, and then when we close into melee, start swinging the sword. Probably kick ass early game, honestly. This would probably be not the worst party. You can solo the game with certain classes if you really wanted to, but you'd have to like drown everybody. And the paladin can get self magic, spirit, mind, and body, but can only master it, can never grandmaster it. And then yeah, there's a bunch of skills you're never going to be able to get. You'll never get elemental magic, for instance, but you'll also never get like disarm trap, or I think you can go pretty high in merchant. Let's see. Nope, only expert rank. What else? Arms master? Yeah, they can't master some of the stuff that the knight can. The knight's a better melee fighter or whatever. Let's see, shield. They probably can get shield, right? These guys? Yeah, they can grandmaster shield. The paladins. The knight probably wants to wield a spear and a sword, and the paladin probably wants to wield like a mace and a shield, because they can grandmaster those things. But you won't have to. You could, you find a really cool sword, and you can master that. And maybe only in the late game you want to get the mace, maybe, because at grandmaster it has a chance to paralyze, and at master it stuns. Paralyze is better than stun. Anyway, the archer is the only class that can grandmaster the bow, and it gets elemental magic up to master, but never grandmaster. And they only can learn basic elemental magic before they promote, unlike the druid that can get, I think, basic and expert. Blah blah blah. Anyway, let's see. Ranger is like a cross between a knight and a druid. We talked about the sorcerer. The monk doesn't use, gets unarmed combat or staff or both. Unarmed, let's see. Yeah. Unarmed is kind of neat. And you can eventually get, let's see, with the staff, to where the staff is usable with your unarmed skill. So if you grandmaster both, you get all the benefits of the staff and the unarmed attack at the same time. And then same with dodging. You can get dodging grandmastered and then still get all the benefits of your leather armor. as if you were dodging. Dodging is normally just no armor, only a shield, but you can wear master leather and dodge if you grandmaster it. So yeah, you know, there's a whole bunch of different ways to approach the game. What I want to try today is 2 archers and 2 druids. So we'll have the ability to master all of the elemental magic and on everyone. And then the druids can master self magic as well. Druid is the only class that can grandmaster alchemy, which allows you to make all kinds of neat potions, which kind of mimic spells, kind of, as well as do other cool things. And higher ranks allow you to make stronger potions. So let's see. Yeah, I'll have alchemy on one of these druids. Also, I should probably choose the races. I don't know. So druids want intellect and personality. So I'm looking at elves. I guess you could do a dwarf. Although I really don't need the might and endurance. I really should just go all elves with this party. Yeah, I'm just really suffering on endurance if I do that. And I have to use these obnoxious elves. I'm tempted to just go elf. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, we're going to bring her. And then we're going to get the whiny one. There we go. Yeah, I can max out intellect on everyone. A very smart party. So because they have a natural affinity for intellect, you get 2 levels in it for 1 bonus point. And I have a pool of bonus points that I split between them. And then I really like accuracy as a stat, so I kind of do want to bump this. For early game, being able to hit 22 seems good. Let's see, what am I missing out on? I wouldn't mind getting more personality on my druids, but I can do that later. I kind of don't care about having a low might. I'm going to be really bad in melee though. But the accuracy is going to be high. I'm just not going to be able to deal any damage when I hit. But we got these guys here. We're going to enchant our weapons and whatnot. Let's see. I could probably take some more stats away. I kind of like having speed. Really don't want to take speed out, especially for these casters here. But also for the archers. Yeah, I kind of don't want to take anything else out. Maybe I'll bump the accuracy of the archers a little higher. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I think that's fine, huh? So we have less stats on these guys, but we're going to be giving them more stats. Actually, you know what? The breakpoint here is 25, so... And then 30. This is 21, though. I'll go to 19. I was going to go all the way down to 18. Balls. Oh, this is fine. This is okay. Yeah. Alright, so now we gotta pick the skills. So, archers always start with bow and air magic, which kind of sucks. I'm double dipping on air magic and I'm double dipping on earth magic. And I kind of want to learn air magic on one of these guys because it's actually pretty useful. And my archers aren't going to be able to get to expert on it. But for the early game, maybe I'll rely on them for air magic. But then we need to learn some other stuff, okay? And I'd kind of like to learn bow on these guys, but they don't learn it. Because in the early game, I'm probably going to want to shoot bows on all 4 of these characters. In the early game, before I get a big mana pool. Druids get a huge mana pool, generally, because they get to double dip. They get personality and intellect as to their mana. And they also the only class that can grandmaster meditation, which gives you more spell points, basically. And at grandmaster, it's quintuple the effect of the skill. Other classes at most can triple it. So it's a huge multiplier on your magic pool. And I might start with it because it's kind of expensive to start with. I don't know if I need to start with alchemy. I can learn that later. So archer is the only class I think that can grandmaster perception. So we're going to do that. And then we also need one of these guys probably to be disarming traps, but we're going to have to learn it in-game. They can only learn basic disarm trap until later in the game. But disarming traps is a big deal because all of us have super low endurance, and the first chest that explodes in our face is going to kill the whole party. It's probably a terrible, terrible setup, but it's okay. We're going to be able to shoot all kinds of bows and have lots of master magic. Even though, and well, the high intellect, these guys actually should have a decent mana pool. In fact, they probably don't need this personality, do they? Yeah, they don't. Let's drop that down. You guys don't need personality. I think I'm going to put some personality in here. Go to 13. There we go. That's cool. There we go. A few more magic points. Okay, where was I? So the archers. I got perception on one of them. I kind of want to get learning on everybody. Like, I want to kind of prioritize learning if I can. Yeah, they all can learn learning. Should I? It's probably a stupid way to start. So learning increases how much experience you get. Starting off with a 9%, but it's really 10%, right? Because it's skill increases the amount of experience received by a percentage, right? It's 1 point. Every point of skill is a percent of awarded experience. So 1 point for the skill plus a 9% bonus. So it's 10% for your first skill. And these guys can master it. Everyone in this party can master learning. And if I invest in it right away, early on, I'll probably get a big payoff for it, right? Or it's the most useless skill ever. What else do I have to pick from? That's probably smarter. Okay, perception on her. I really want fire on somebody. Can these guys get fire? No. So this archer can learn fire. That'll help me cast torchlight and maybe enchant weapons with fire enchant. I forget what that's called. And our druids, someone's going to need to learn body magic. And maybe I don't have space for learning. But I'll get more experience so I can level up and get more skill points. But I need money. I need money to buy skills. Maybe meditation's too early. So let's see. Earth and body. She can learn... Oof. I can wait for alchemy. What am I missing? Air, fire, earth, body. I kind of want spirit so that I can cast bless. But everybody's got pretty high accuracy, so I can learn it later. Maybe. Oh gosh. So spirit, early game, the most important spell in spirit is bless, which gives everybody an increased chance to hit. Body gives you healing magic, super important, right? Water magic. What do I need from water magic? Do I need water magic right away? I don't think I do. There's some cool damage spells, but I don't need that right away. I'm really being greedy taking learning on everyone. I might not be able to. Certain things give you starting stuff too. So like if I take body magic here, for instance, I'm going to get a spell book right off the bat. And that's expensive to learn body magic and a spell, you know what I mean? It's like 500 gold to buy that spell book probably. Maybe not. Maybe it's like 250. I don't know. Also, who's going to be the most merchanty? I guess none of these people are good at merchant skills, so I'm just going to have to buy it for everyone early to make it cheaper to get stuff. Okay, so we got perception, learning, fire, learning. Yeah, getting perception early is probably bad too. I don't really need it in the first area, but I'm going to want it eventually. If you memorize where everything is in the game, you don't really need perception as much. But it highlights secrets and stuff, so it's nice to have. But I think in the starting area, the secrets are already highlighted just to kind of show you how things work. So, do they learn spear later? Yeah. I don't want it right now. I don't need a spear. So we got water magic I could learn, or... yeah. Maybe perception is correct. I get leather, have some armor. How far do they get in leather? Not that far. I think archers can grandmaster chainmail. So I'm going to eventually have chain on these guys, which is pretty good. And then these guys are going to be stuck at leather at the best. Okay, so I really want to learn water on somebody just to have it, but I can't remember if there's a water spell I actually need early. I can wait to buy that, right? So I might just go with perception. Yeah. Probably stupid. There's probably something I'm overlooking here. Like leather's probably the right answer because I get some leather armor. Oh well. And over here, it's what skills are super important. I mean, alchemy will give me some crafting materials right away, but I don't really need... It's just like one bottle. Meditation might be correct because it's so expensive to buy that. But she's going to be stuck with only earth magic. It should be spirit, probably. Yeah, I'll take spirit so I can cast bless. So she can bless, he can heal, she can enchant weapons, and air magic. Either of these guys will be able to cast Wizard Eye. Really useful spell in the beginning. I think that's where we're going to start. Alright, so it's going to be our party. And I'm really going all in on learning as a skill. I might even put points in it. We need to get some names, don't we? Jeffrey, Becky, Ramsey, and Beverly, huh? Ramsey. I don't like that name at all. Kind of looks like a Ramsey, though. What's a good name to use? Ugh, I hate thinking of names. Alright, I got a farm from other games. This guy's going to be Elric. And Becky's going to be... I was going to say Janet, but I think I'm going to go with Diane. She's the good one. And then druids, huh? This guy doesn't look like a druid. He looks more like an archer. I'm going to switch these guys up. Oh, will it change their stuff? Perception learning, body learning. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Alright, no, that stayed. No, it didn't. Bump this back up. And this. Oh god, what happened? Oh, right, personality's gotta go down. Bump, bump. And this goes up. Bump, bump. Okay. Yeah, Elric, Diane. This guy's gonna be a druid. He's got a gentler kind of vibe. Well, shit. Now I should also switch her out. This is so not the most important thing. Alright, okay. Go up to 20. We're just going very, yeah. We're gonna switch them both. I guess I could have just swapped, whatever. Okay. Body and learning. We're gonna switch. Yeah, because she doesn't have chill vibes either. I feel like druids should have chill vibes. Alright, we're gonna get our chill vibe characters are gonna be the druids. Bop bop. And we're gonna get the whiny chick. Who's gonna be an archer. There we go. Super important adjustment there. Because low personality fits her. Alright. Then, learning, environment. Everyone's gonna be really smart. We're gonna have slightly more experience. At level like whatever 50, we're gonna be actually 52. Yeah. So the things we're gonna be missing out on is some solid way to open chests. Except we're gonna get telekinesis on these druids with their earth magic, and they're gonna be able to open chests from a distance. Most chests. And then, what else are we missing? We're not going to have a tank. That's the biggest problem. Nobody has good endurance. So if there's something awful that should kill everyone, it will kill everyone. So I'm just going to have to be, careful. And then we are not going to have anyone who is good in melee. Everyone's going to suck in melee for the whole game. But we're going to be pew-pew. We're going to pew-pew with all 4 characters. 2 archers. And with Masterwork Bow or Grandmaster Bow, we actually are going to get to fire 2 arrows at a time for both of these characters, which is kind of cool. I've never played an archer through low recovery time, 2 arrows with every attack, and then the skill is going to be added to the damage and the attack bonus. So we're going to try to maximize the value of these bows, but we're also going to have magic on all 4 characters, and all 4 will be able to cast master level elemental magic for whatever it's worth. We'll see. At the time I beat this game, I went with Knight, Druid, Cleric, Sorcerer. So, that's the thing we're going to be missing. No one's going to have Grandmaster magic of any type. So the best magic we're not going to be able to get, although I think the archers will be able to learn light magic because we're going to go light side, even though there's probably a better dark side team. That's maybe too much information. And I'm going to pause this video and go get some water. See you in the next one.